Hello. So a few days ago, Poppy Playtime Chapter 5 dropped, and I want to talk about it because I think it was really good, and the storyline and all the lore in the chapter is just crazy. And also it introduced some really cool new characters. So my thoughts at the trailer at the start is that it's very gory, and I actually kind of like that because it shows us a bit into how the experiments were created. And also, one of the kids in the trailer kind of looks like Ryan as well. Overall, a lot of the chapter was just puzzles, which is quite good to see out of the game. But then that also took away a lot of the scariness that would hopefully be in Chapter 5. So the puzzles were cool, but they also took away part of it that I was really hoping to be in the game. When I'm watching over the advert in the background a few times, when it's in the lab, I think the character there is actually the prototype creating the inside out animals or whatever they are. Because I think he's turning them inside out. And then at the end you get a really creepy shot of something, so I'll just let you watch that now.
Wrong side animals, available now from your pals at Playtime.
So at the start of the chapter, we get thrown straight into a chase with Huggy Wuggy that starts exactly where Chapter 4 ended. And he breaks down the door and throws his arm in, which is really cool. Also, the grab pack for now is still the same, but something happens soon that will change it. So he busts through the door and walks through. And then he roars at you and then gets into some anime run pose. I forgot what character it is, I don't watch anime. And then you're in a tutorial bit, which is weird to have a tutorial in the middle of a chase, but well. So then you crawl through this, and Huggy Wuggy runs over and actually tries to punch you, which is funny. And then you crawl through this gap, and Huggy Wuggy is actually walking in the hallway below you, which I thought was really cool. And when this bit fell down, I thought I was going to just drop straight into the room where he is. And for a second I didn't understand where we went, and then I saw the glass at the top that was broken. So now you have to run along this conveyor belt while Huggy Wuggy tries to break in. And he starts trying to smash the glass, and if you're in front, and if you smash it for too long, when you get in front of it, it'll crack open and it'll kill you. So you pull down another piece of metal, and then he breaks in and jumps through the window. And you run through the chase, which is another event chase with Huggy Wuggy, which is just cool, because who doesn't want another event chase with Huggy Wuggy? And you run through them and do some hand scanners, and he does the same thing Mummy Longlegs did, which got her killed by slowing down to let us scan the thing. And then we run through a bunch of little hallways, which are kind of stupid to be there. Don't know why they would put them there, because they're in random vents anyway. So you run through them, and then there's this vent that you crawl in, and Huggy Wuggy punches you down. And I've just got to say, the lighting in this corner is amazing. So you crawl through a few corners and a bit of the vents, and then you go around here, and you fall down, and you slide through this vent into this main hall, which looks very cool. And this is the first part of the chapter that makes no sense at all, because if you look out this window, why is there a town? Why is there a town in this cave? It's 500 meters below the surface. Can someone please explain why there's a town? Anyway, the path falls down somehow, and you're down here, so you've got to walk. And then there's that person on a banner who will be important later. You've got to swing across this gap, and then you're into your first puzzle room. So in this room, you've got to stack some boxes. So it's quite simple. You just have to stack some boxes to reach a spot that you can't normally reach. So this is where we first really have one of the many puzzles in this chapter. When I say many puzzles, I mean there's a lot. Like, pretty much every room is just full of a bunch of puzzles. So you've got to grab a yellow crate, a red crate, and a blue crate. And then you jump on the blue crate, and then on the red crate, and then on the yellow crate. To, like, build stairs to get up there. And also, say goodbye to your Omni hand, sadly. Yeah, told you this video would contain spoilers. So then you have to drop down into this gap and squeeze through here, which I'm happy they kept that mechanic since it was really cool. So you've got to pull down this vent just like in chapter 2, which in my opinion is the worst chapter, but it's still good. I'm not hating on chapter 2, don't get mad at me, please. In this part we get to see Chum Chopkins in the lift, and then we go into a lift where Huggy Wuggy will try to break in, and it plays classical music, which is quite funny. You know what, I'm going to play that for you now, just listen to the music. So it's hard to hear, but if you listen closely, you can hear some old music in the background, and it's quite funny as like Huggy Wuggy's just smashing into the lift, which I think is one of the best parts in any game. It's actually so cool. Like, just walking around the lift while Huggy Wuggy smashes his hands through every little bit, and then eventually it falls apart. And then this door in front of you opens up, and you have to scan that hand scanner. And once you've scanned it, never mind, Huggy Wuggy grabs the grab pack off you. And at first I thought he was eating us here. But no, he just steals that grab pack. I know he fall to our death, and that's the end of the entire series. So that's why I don't like chapter 5, because we pay £16 for a chapter this short. So yeah, that's why I don't like it. Anyway, what does broken things mean? So did you actually believe me when I said that was it? No, it wasn't. We've survived way worse stuff. Anyway, we go through a bunch of puzzles and get a little flashlight, and this guy tries to kill us or something. I don't know why he doesn't jump on our face and bite our head off, but... And then the goat Giblet saves us with his, like, electric staff or something. I mean, he looks like he's been in better shape, but I can't insult Giblet, he's too cool. Something about Giblet, like, I think he has something to do with the red flower that we saw in chapter 1. Because if you look at his eye, it's the shape of a flower. Which, knowing Mob Entertainment, that's going to be a part of the lore. Also, Giblet knows about Mummy Longlegs, Catnap and Poppy. And he knows how Mummy and Catnap both died. And he also knows about Safe Haven. And also, the lab looks very run down. And also, isn't all that stuff from, like, the game station or something? How did they get it all down here? So, after following Giblet for a minute, the prototype will start coming into the room. So you have to hide. And you can tell Giblet's scared of him because his ears, like, fall down. Which is actually kind of funny. But the prototype will walk into the room. And you'll stand there for a minute, and you actually get to see him this time, not just a shadow. And he fills the room with smoke, which is one of the weird parts of this chapter as well, because in chapter 3, the smoke would kill you. In chapter 4, it'd make you hallucinate for a bit and then kill you, and then in chapter 5, it just doesn't do anything. And then later on in the chapter, it ends up killing you anyway. Oh, also, he kills this guy for no reason. So, it's obvious that the prototype's a bit of an arsehole. So after this, the prototype will start to walk off, but you'll start to leave as the gas starts to all, like, thin out or whatever. And when you get closer, the prototype slams his leg back down for some reason and walks off. So after that, you'll go through a bunch of rooms and end up getting a grab pack and a new hand called the pressure hand. And then you'll do this puzzle, which will do nothing. I don't know what it's supposed to do. All it really does is make that pipe just spew fire. That's literally all it does. Don't know what the point of it is. You walk around this corner and Chum grabs you. And Chum is like the goat, but also something about him seems off. Like the way he stares at us angrily, even when Giblet says that we're friendly. You know. And also he just looks really like uncanny and weird. And I'm not hating on Chum, I'm just saying he seems a bit shady. And also we know he was working with the prototype. So you'll do a few more puzzles and then you enter this room. Now this room, on my first playthrough, I'm not even gonna lie, it took me like half an hour. I had no idea what I was doing. So I'll speed up the little bit where they get into the room at the top and then I'll explain what's going on. So here you can see that they will scan this with the black light to find a number, and I had no idea this, but it was also sorted down to luck, because the number I got on the board was 67, so I just thought it was a meme, and I was also kind of annoyed at that because I don't like 67. But no, it was the number on the side of the crates you had to find in black light, and then the two letters after that was what shelf it was on, so it was actually quite creative, but I just didn't understand. So here you can see what the puzzle was, and you can see that there's two letters and two numbers, and that was how you'd figure out the code, but I just didn't get that. But you can see they figured it out first try here. I ended up walking around the room for half an hour. Yeah. So, yeah, if you're playing Chapter 5, don't do what I did in this room, just watch a tutorial or something. Actually, no, don't do that, just don't be stupid. So you can see here that they enter the code to the button thing. And then they grab the backup files, which is the master backup, so that'll tell you a bit about the backup that you're trying to activate for like the whole chapter. And then you also grab these magnet hand thingies, which will be really fun to use. So then after a bit, you'll go to this room with a machine and you plug in these discs, and then the machine drugs you and makes you high after inspecting your brain, I think. And it goes through all this weird stuff, and then you'll start to get drugged, I think. And then after that, you will start to experience Huggy Wuggy's memories, which is like, it's insane. I don't really know what to say. It's like you get to play as Huggy Wuggy and do the like basically play through his memories, which I'm sure there's gonna be like an insane amount of stuff for theorists to talk about in that. So, when you're in here, you've just got to do a few mini games. The first one, you just put some shapes in the thingies. The second one is where you have to dance and dispose of any bad toys, which ends up killing them. So it's quite dark. And then the third one, you are strapped down to watch one of these conditioning videos, and you have to break out, and then you chase down this guy and kill him and cause absolute chaos in the hallway. And then a bit after that, you'll get thrown into a chase, and when you'll fall through the roof, surprisingly, you're still fine. Huggy Wuggy will break this, and that's telling you that you've got to distract her with the projections of Kissy Missy. Now, at first I didn't understand this, but as I played through the chapter, I realised that I think it's because he thinks Kissy Missy's dead, so he's trying to not think about her. So I think that's why they distracted him. So you've got to distract him with these while you grab 3 batteries across the room, and you've got to make sure he doesn't catch you, otherwise you'll have to restart the full room. When I was first playing, I thought there was a checkpoint every time you plugged a new battery in, and then I died and had to restart when I was dragging the 3rd battery over. I don't know how to get that plushie. After you escape that room from Huggy Wuggy, you'll cross into Sweet Street, which is where you'll find Lily Love Braids, which a lot of people are hating on, but honestly, I think the characters, it's okay. Because they say it doesn't seem like it's a character that fits with Poppy Playtime, but that's because it wasn't made by the creators of the company, it was made by the prototype, because it was made by one of the staff after the Hour of Joy. So Lily then kidnaps you and takes you to her house and forces you to do stuff for her, which in my opinion is the most boring part of the chapter. You just walk around doing tasks for her. So in this bit, she seems really happy that we smell like gore, and she says it in a quite a funny way. So she talks to this dead candy cat head, which is just creepy, so you can tell she's going insane. And she also thinks we're a toy. So we go down to the basement and we can hear Poppy singing the Poppy theme tune, which shows us that Poppy is still alive. Don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing at this point. So you'll search around. This is the kitchen, and then you can go over to the basement here. Don't know why crumpets are in the basement. Don't ask me. So then you'll walk around in the basement and Kissy Missy will grab you and pull you to the gate, and then she'll move out the way and you can see Poppy, and then she yaps for a minute and no one really cares what she says. And now I'm just gonna let you watch this bit.
Is here. What did you do with them? Where are the orphans? Uh-oh, she doesn't know.
I did.
What I had to.
Very.
And a better place now.
No, you're a monster.
I built us a home
And kept us
safe.
So the prototype finally reveals himself. I mean, I don't know why he doesn't just kill us here. We're tied down and that's what he wants to do. He tries to kill us like the rest of the chapter, so I don't know why he doesn't do it now. Also, what significance to the game do these balloons have? Like, what do they do? I'm gonna let you watch this cutscene now because it's absolute cinema.
dark and the dusk. Welcome home.
So after that cutscene, which is absolutely peak, just saying, Giblet will help us, and he explains that he doesn't know where Kissy is, and the prototype took Poppy. And then after this, I'm just warning you, it has major spoilers for what's going to happen in Chapter 6, which is confirmed, by the way. So don't watch this if you don't want this last bit, if you don't want any spoilers for end of Chapter 5 or Chapter 6. Alright, so Giblet gets up and we walk through this hallway. So we need to still find the backup, even though we've been searching for that the whole chapter, we still haven't found it. So we go to the end of this hallway around this corner, and then we have the data control room, which is where you'll find the backup. So you open this door for Giblet to get through, and now you've got to search for the backup in here. So you walk around, having a look for the backup in all the different servers. And then you go down here, and the backup is in this place. So if you go down this hallway, follow Giblet, you'll find it. So what you have to do is you have to open up these, and then there's the PC. So you will turn on the PC. When the PC is turned on, it does take a minute. You have to do the emergency override thingies. So you have to press a key, and then you have to confirm that you're sure. And now you need to do an override. So you've got to smash both of these windows with the pressure hand to grab the thing and pull it down. So then you can activate the emergency backup. And when it activates, it's got one of the biggest plot twists in the whole franchise. I'll just let you watch.
Well now, this is a rather interesting turn of events.
Thank you for watching this video of me just yapping about Puppy Playtime Chapter 5. This is one of the longer videos that I've done, and I sat here for probably like 5 hours editing this video, so it means a lot if you watch it. Make sure to like and subscribe, and yeah, if you don't, the prototype will break into your house and turn you into a wrong side optimal, so I'd recommend do it. Yep. Bye.